Before using the Dakstats baseball software for the first time, Daktronics suggests a few simple steps to help make in-game use easy and efficient. Be familiar with the program. It is highly recommended that users take time to familiarize themselves with the program before game time. Some helpful hints include practice taking stats while watching game film, identify the location of buttons associated with the most common plays, print out a play-by-play report from a demo game, and then re-enter it to learn what buttons and steps were used to follow the play-by-play action. It is also important to have a good spotter. The spotter is the person who watches the games and tells the operator the plays as they happen, so the Dakstats operator can concentrate on entering stats rather than looking back and forth between the game and computer screen. Having a spotter who pays close attention to the game and has a good understanding of the game will help the user more quickly enter data into the Dakstats baseball program. It is also helpful to have pens and paper handy in case the operator falls behind entering stats or if there are any technical difficulties. You are now ready to begin using Dakstats baseball. Go to File, Open Game. In the Open Game window, select the correct season and game and click OK. The user can also open a game from the main Dakstats baseball screen by double-clicking the game listed in the Schedule section. If a certain game does not appear in the list, return to the Configure Game screen to make sure the game was created in the correct season. Once the game is opened, users are able to begin entering statistics into the Dakstats baseball program. Play-by-play mode is the recommended mode of operation as it allows the user to enter plays as they happen. Operators are able to input stats by selecting game commands and then enter specific information when prompted. Prompts will default to the most common choice. The play-by-play screen is available to users throughout the game and remains available when the game is finished. The user can enter plays using the keyboard only, mouse only, or a combination of keyboard and mouse. To use the mouse to enter plays, click on the play buttons and then click on the appropriate players under the roster tab on the entry screen. To use the keyboard to enter plays, select the play buttons by typing the letter underlined on the appropriate button and then type the player's number. Operators tend to use a combination of both mouse and keyboard shortcuts to enter plays during a game. Before the user can enter plays, the batting lineup and player positions must be entered for each team. When opening a game for the first time, the Subs tab will be active on the screen. Select the appropriate team by clicking the Team Name buttons on either the left or right-hand side of the screen. Type in the jersey number of the player or click the player in the roster list below. The player's name and position will automatically fill in. Since players tend to play various positions, ensure the correct position is selected from the drop-down list. It is important to note that a player can only be entered into the roster once and there cannot be any duplicate positions listed. A warning box will appear denoting there is a duplicate. The software will not load the roster until all fields are entered correctly. Click or press Enter. Once the rosters are entered, the screen will automatically switch to the At-Bat tab. When a player is up to bat, the user can keep a detailed account of balls and strikes. Click the type of pitch that was thrown or press the appropriate underline key. As the user clicks the ball, strike, or foul buttons, the appropriate count will populate in the Ball Strikes Out section on the field located in the upper left-hand corner of the screen. The At-Bat tab also displays the At-Bat text in Game Summary for the current batter. This is used for monitoring text sent to LED displays. The user can modify the default batter text by going to Configure, Batter Text, and changing the display text next to the description. Click OK to save changes. The user can edit the in-game batter text from the main screen by clicking the pencil next to the appropriate text line. Once selected, the text box will change from grayed out to white. Enter the new batter text and click the green check mark to apply the changes. After a batter hits the ball, click the In Play button from the At Bat tab. The Batted Ball tab will become active. Select the type of hit by clicking the on-screen buttons or pressing the shortcut keys on the keyboard. After selecting a single, double, or triple, enter a Hit To location by typing in a position or clicking on the field where the ball was hit to. The recommended operation is to click the spot on the field where the ball was hit to. After doing so, the Hit To location text box will automatically fill in with the correct position. Click or press Enter. The Base Runner tab will become active. If there were runners on base, advance them to the correct base. Put the runners on the correct bases by selecting Stay, Advance, or Out. The Base Runner tab will be discussed in detail in the next section. Click or press Enter when all runners are at the correct base. If a batter hits a home run, click on the field where the home run was hit to. It is optional to enter the distance of the home run. Select if the home run was over the fence or inside the park. Click or press Enter. If there were runners on base, the Base Runner tab will become active. Advance the runners to home by entering 4 in the Reached text box or clicking Home Plate on the field. If the batter bunts, click on the field where the bunt was hit to. Then select the result of the bunt. If the bunt was successful, put the batter on the correct base. Click or press Enter. If the batter is walked, select whether the walk was non-intentional or intentional. If there were runners on base, advance them to the correct base. Click or press Enter. Once the batter gets 3 strikes or strikes out, select whether the strikeout was normal or if the catcher dropped the ball. Then select if the batter struck out swinging, looking, or bunting. Click or press Enter. If a batter hits a ground ball but is thrown out, click on the field where the ball was hit to. Type in the sequence for the putout. For example, if the third baseman fielded the ball and threw to first base for the putout, the sequence to enter would be 5-3. Click or press Enter. If the batter flied out, lined out, or popped out, click either Fly Out, Line Out, or Pop Out depending on the hit. Click on the field where the ball was hit to and type in the sequence of which player caught the ball to result in the out. Click or press Enter. If an error is charged, click on the field where the ball was hit to. Type in the player number that committed the error and enter the base the player reached due to the error. Next, select the type of error that occurred. Click or press Enter. After selecting a batted ball that puts a batter on base, the Base Runner tab will automatically become active, prompting the user to select if the runner stayed on base or was out. After each at-bat, the user will be prompted to determine the base runner's status by advancing them, making them stay, or putting them out. On the field illustration in the left corner of the screen, names of the base runners are shown in yellow and the currently selected base runner is highlighted in red. After a batted ball, select one of the following for each base runner. Choose Stay if the batter or base runner stayed on base and was safe. Choose Advance if the batter or base runner advanced to another base. Choose Out if the base runner got out. Select how the base runner got out and enter the sequence of the play. When a play occurs that is rather unusual or not typical to the game, select the Special tab. Select the play that fits the situation and follow the prompts until all required fields are filled. The user should become familiar with what plays are located on the Special tab, so that the information can easily be entered should one of these plays occur. At the end of each half inning, the Runs tab will appear. The user must assign runs to the appropriate pitcher or pitchers. Earned runs are any runs for which the pitcher is held accountable, such as a run scored as a result of normal pitching and not due to a fielding error. Unearned runs are any run scored as a result of a fielding error. It is important to note that earned and unearned runs for each pitcher must equal the amount of runs scored in the inning, or the user cannot continue with normal game operation. Typically, the official scorer for the game will announce at the end of each half inning the number of earned or unearned runs and how many earned or unearned runs are charged to a particular pitcher. To enter relief pitchers, pinch hitters, or pinch runners, click the Subs tab and replace the current player with the player that filled their spot. Enter the player number and position, and then click or press Enter. The Edit menu allows users to manually edit and rebuild stats. Play-by-play can be edited simply by clicking on a previous play and making the appropriate changes. To edit a play that has already been entered, left-click on the entry in the play-by-play section on the left-hand side of the screen. Once the play is selected, the players involved will turn yellow along with the Cancel button. Edit the play as necessary and click or press Enter to save the changes. It is important to note that because plays within a half inning are interdependent, Dakstats Baseball only allows for very limited editing. For example, if the user enters that a player is out, the player cannot be changed to advancing bases unless the play is deleted and re-entered. If a mistake is made, users can also delete the last play by going to Edit, Delete Last Play, or clicking the Delete Last Play button on the main toolbar. It is recommended that once a play is edited, that the user rebuild the stats. To rebuild stats, go to Edit, Rebuild Stats. Click the Go button to begin rebuilding the entire game. If the pitch count is shown on an LED display and does not match the pitch count of the official score, users can go to Edit, Edit Pitch Count, and change the number of balls or strikes each pitcher has thrown. The Game Control menu allows users to end the game, enter the winning, losing, and saving pitchers, and set the duration of the game. At the end of a game, go to Game Control, Game Finished to end the game. On the Game Finish screen, select the winner, loser, and save pitchers. Click OK. After entering the finished game pitcher information, the Dakstats program will ask the user to update the team win or loss record or game duration. Click No to skip the screen, or click Yes to update the information. If Yes is clicked, the game information screen will appear. The user can then update any game information shown. Go to Game Control Balance, or click the icon at the top of the application screen to have Dakstats Baseball ensure statistics are properly balanced. A green check mark indicates stats are correctly balanced, while a red X indicates a statistical disagreement. Dakstats Baseball allows users to view and print a wide variety of reports to help assess player and team statistics. The reports are produced as HTML files for easy transfer and email. Users are able to generate game reports when a game is finished or while it is still open. Once these reports are created, they will open as an HTML file and can then be printed during instances such as inning breaks or at the end of the game. To print in-game reports, go to File, Print in-game. In the Select Report window, check one or more of the desired report types. Click View, and the report will open in the default Internet browser. Typically, going to File Print within the Internet browser will create a hard copy printout of the report. Users are also able to print cumulative season statistic reports. To print season reports, go to File, Print Season. The Printouts window will appear. On the Competitions tab, select the Team Report sub-tab button. Select the season, the team, and the type of game. Next, select the Team Reports tab. Select the desired reports and click Go. The report will appear in the default Internet browser. Typically, going to File Print within the Internet browser will create a hard copy printout of the report. Dakstats Baseball can also generate player career reports. For more information on how to generate career reports, reference the Dakstats Baseball manual located under the Help menu on the main Dakstats window.